Ray playing the ultimate Halloween song right there. Thriller, extended cut. Yeah, Signal doing the dance. Look at that. Legendary record right there. Thursday, October 31st, Halloween episode of the Daily Bone podcast. Ready to discuss the scary things going on in the meme coin market, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to discuss, discuss Mr. Beast crypto scams. We'll cover it quickly. The massive current and future inflows into the Bitcoin ETF and Bitcoin network. Robinhood expanding their crypto footprint, surprise, surprise, and playing some Halloween-themed game show segments at the end of the show, so that'll be a lot of fun. Sig, is Halloween popular where you are in the foreign location?
Yeah, it is. It is, but for some reason,
Wrong mic, Sig.
Sorry.
Real quick.
Wow.
Here we go. Squeaky clean. I can already tell.
Things kicked off yesterday, actually, in my neighborhood. And honestly, I just love it so much. I just love it so much. I'm a grown-ass adult that hits children out of the way to go get the candy. And I'm not even like a candy person. I'm just a competitive person. So like I come away with this massive bag of sweets and it basically just stays in my cupboard for the rest of the year. And then people come over and eat it. But I have to say, my costumes are still not worthy of the US soil. You guys kick ass when it comes to costumes. The stuff I see on Instagram and TikTok, I'm like, and it's also like I love the ingenuity of like parents who take like a cardboard box, some Christmas lights, and then they put it on the kid, and the kid looks like it has like a human being walking on it. I could never ever think of that stuff. I'm just like, let's go grab the witch's hat, a black outfit, and a bag to like win the race of sweets. So I love Halloween, and my dream to this day is still to come to New York around Halloween time, just so I can like get in the trenches of Halloween. What are you doing, Pio? What are you doing tonight?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna literally just like exercise a whole bunch and hit the sauna tonight. I'm not gonna. I drank alcohol yesterday, and I feel like I didn't sleep well, so I'm like I gotta fully reset. But yeah, I'm sure all the young folks here in New York are gonna be tearing it up.
You literally just deflated my Halloween dream there. I just popped it with a balloon. Won't be hanging out with you when I come to New York on Halloween. I need people in costume like Ray. Ray, get yourself to New York so we can hang. Look at that hat.
Absolutely. I'm excited to go out. So my daughter's she's 1.5, so she can like walk around, put on a costume, and do the Halloween thing for the first time this year. So it's gonna be the first time I've been out and about doing trick-or-treating in a while. So should be a fun night for me.
And the younger they are, the more sweets they get, because people have that cute factor, don't they, when they're like 1.5. So you can just like literally shove them to the front, and then that you just get their little hand and you put your hand over it and you just all suck out the sweets out the bag. That's my Halloween alpha for you.
I love the strategy. I'm going to implement it tonight.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just listening, Ray is rocking a pirate hat, looking very Halloween-y here. Love to see it. Yeah, New York and Los Angeles, big Halloween parties, I'm sure. I've been to some Halloween parties in both cities. Some that got pretty wild, ladies and gentlemen. So hope you guys have a good Halloween here, Halloween 2024. Ray prepared a little segment here. He prepared something along the lines of, we all know today is an amazing holiday, probably the best one of the year. By this, of course, we mean the anniversary of Satoshi Nakamoto releasing the Bitcoin white paper. Fun fact there that it was released on October 31st.
He's American. He's American. Oh my gosh. Have I just discovered something that no one else thought of? Satoshi's American, isn't he? Because no one else cares about Halloween as much as you guys. Okay. I'm sorry. That's news. That's news. He's American. They, him, they, whatever. American.
There's the Mexican holiday Dia de los Muertos, which I think actually has more cultural relevance to its country than Halloween does. But I don't believe that that's on October 31st.
No, that's tomorrow. Isn't that the 1st of November?
I do believe it's not today. Whatever day it is. Very interesting holiday, by the way. Shout out to everybody in the crowd who is Mexican or of Mexican descent, or anybody that's enjoyed the film Coco. Bitcoin price history on Halloween. This is a juicy one, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that this plays into, when we talk about things like we had a conversation on the show in the past couple of weeks about real estate and how I was making a case that it actually doesn't even make sense to own the house that you live in. It just makes sense to put all your money in Bitcoin. I think a lot of people viewed that as a gamble and were like, yeah, you could lose it all and things like that. Well, let's recap the history of Bitcoin's price throughout Halloween history. What's up, Easy? Welcome to the show. 2010, 20-cent Bitcoin. 2011, $3.27. 2012, $11. 2013, $201. I know I'm just reading numbers, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm just going to go number for number. 201, 337, 312. Now we're 2015. 699, 6,400, 6,332. 9,172. Now we're in 2020. 13,537, 61,837, 20,624, 34,494, and now 2024 we're at $72,000. So if you want to bet against that trend, Easy likes to say the trend is your friend. You want to bet against that trend, you can take that bet by yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Easy, how you doing this morning?
Doing very well, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. I like the look of your setup. Sig, I think we're ready to get into this weather report, and then we got a lot of things to talk about here.
Yeah, let's get into a spooky one for Halloween. We're looking at the crypto roundup. The majors are even on the day with Bitcoin. It's holding. I was wrong. It's been holding at 72K. Ethereum just over 2,600 and Solana at $175. Leading top 100 coin today is on the Memecoin side is MOG, which is up 11% to an 870 million market cap. Over the past 24 hours, top 3 stories. Well, firstly, it's our favorite YouTuber, Mr. Beast, because he has been revealed to have sold over $20 million worth of crypto tokens that he promoted. So he basically pumped and dumped on his followers. The tokens involved included Super, Earn, and Pimon. Secondly, next up, it's a huge day for Bitcoin as BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF recorded 875 million of inflows. That is the most since the ETF launch. Absolute cookerino. And MicroStrategy, my favorite stock, has also announced plans to raise $42 billion over the next 3 years to purchase additional Bitcoin. And then lastly, Robinhood, they're coming over to Europe. They've continued their march into crypto, announced Memecoin trading for European users on Doge, SHIB, Bonk, Pepe, and WIF. They also reported that their total crypto trading volume was up 112% year over year. So that is all for the weather report. It is back to you folks in the studio.
Fantastic weather report as usual. Some of the commenters here, we've got people weighing in on Mr. Beast. Sigma Slayer said Mr. Beast is cooked. Just Stefano said jail as soon as possible for Mr. Beast. And then Just Stefano followed it up saying bro gonna make up some story that he donated it to Africa. That's very on brand for Mr. Beast. Shout out to Just Stefano for those comments there. Look, going on to Bitcoin's inflows, we'll cover it quickly. IBIT, the BlackRock. Wait, so just IBIT?
Just IBIT.
Oh my God. Just IBIT did $870 million of inflows in one day. That means to me, right? In one day. Am I right about that?
Yep. One day. 893 total for everything. 870 of it coming from IBIT.
Wow. Good God. Well, Fred Krueger was right when he said, like, IBIT's just, like the bulletproof one, the one that's going to eat the world. Wow. MicroStrategy, of course, Signal and my favorite stock, the best stock ever, plans to raise $42 billion over the next 3 years to purchase additional Bitcoin. DGH, Daniel Got Hits, immediately took to Twitter. Daniel Got Hits, friend of the show, took to Twitter and stated that he felt that Michael Saylor is bad for Bitcoin and that this is FTX or Terra Luna all over again and that this is not going to end well. I couldn't disagree more. This is big boy stuff right here. This is the biggest boy stuff. This is the future richest person in the world, the next version of Warren Buffett. There's some crazy stuff going on. Signal, how did you feel about this $42 billion plan?
I mean, Mike and I are friends at this point. He's literally just funding my family's future. So I'm in bed with him. We're like this. No, I think what MicroStrategy is doing is they're taking advantage of the fact that the future of Bitcoin is changing fundamentally in the US, especially from a corporate accounting standard, where Bitcoin can actually be recognized as an asset, which is positive for the company, which it hasn't previously. And that's only coming into effect as of the end of the year, I believe. So he's really spearheading, and I think it's his third year now of like spearheading how corporations can use Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And I think we're just going to continue not only to see like MicroStrategy do this as a business, but you're going to see more and more of corporate America and other institutions just adding Bitcoin as a treasury asset to be used either as a hedge against inflation, currency devaluation, as a means to release more liquidity. There's just so many things that will come into effect that I don't even think that Saylor is, like Daniel got hit saying that like Saylor is the biggest risk. I do not believe in that statement one bit. I won't get into it, but yeah, I don't believe in that statement. And I just think we're going to see more of a trend of this happening over the next 12 to 24 months.
I agree that we're going to see a trend of, corporates accumulating Bitcoin on their balance sheet, taking profits and turning them into Bitcoin versus, holding cash or some other assets. I don't know if we'll see it quite like Michael Saylor. At this point, what he's doing and has been doing now for almost 4 years, or just about 4 years at this point, I think right now would probably be around the 4-year anniversary, is essentially an attack of sorts on the fiat monetary system and the way the traditional finance system works. I mean, borrowing money and just plowing all of it into Bitcoin and leveraging his company's equity, all this stuff is pretty wild stuff. When you think about it, it's a brilliant strategy. But I mean, it's an aggressive strategy. It's a strategy
He's an aggressive person, Pio, because I remember listening to a podcast where he was like, somebody asked him, when was the last time you've done something this aggressive? And he said, like, I have never done anything as aggressive as Bitcoin, beside when he recognized mobile as a technology that will change the world. And he did it. I mean, he did it so long ago when most people didn't even have a phone. It was when the technology had just appeared. So when I heard him talk about that in the podcast, I was like, this is a guy he's a patient man. He takes his time. And when he sees an opportunity, then he goes in so hard. And I like completely agree with you. It'll be very hard to replicate what Saylor is doing, because if he's been buying this for 4 years, you just ran through what the numbers are on Bitcoin for the Halloween prices. I'm not going to say it. It will be challenging to have those prices again. We may see them again, but it's going to be challenging, and corporates will have to obviously accumulate very aggressively at that price point. But obviously, as Bitcoin becomes more widely adopted, it becomes harder to retrace back to those prices again. So I think he has a very defensive moat.
Oh, absolutely. I think he's going to be just fine. It is a hyper aggressive strategy, and I don't know how many others are going to adopt his version of the strategy, as in, using debt to buy Bitcoin and hold it forever. Robinhood announcing meme coin trading for European users and total crypto trading volume being up 112% on the year. Also adding some of those meme coins like SHIB and did we see Pepe
with Doge, and I think SHIB was on the weather report as the ones that they've started.
So do we think that besides Doge, do we think that there's anything to these meme coins? I guess WIF being on there, that's a new, this cycle meme coin. In theory, you could consider Pepe and Bonk are too, depending on where you kind of like point to as the beginning of the cycle. I don't know. Do we think that this matters at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think it does on a meme coin. Like, if you think back to NFTs, PO, like 2021, when we all had our normie friends being like, how do you buy an NFT? And then just going through that process was just such a headache. You just kind of lied and said, I don't know. But it was such a ball ache. And now you're just like, well, just go on Robinhood. Just go on Robinhood and buy it there. And then if they become more interested, they can obviously dive in deeper. But I think this does matter, because as meme coins become more widely adopted, it's just an opportunity for someone to download the app, and you know how we all watch the Coinbase app? This would be an app that I would start watching now to see how it rises in the charts, because they said in that they reported their total crypto trading volume was up over 100% year on year. Those are the kind of figures you want to keep an eye on this year, as more meme coin trading comes on, because clearly there's volume and there's liquidity and there's profit to be made.
Well said. Well said. Ron Man just pointed out Robinhood added election betting to the app today, like Polymarket. I think I saw something about that. That's interesting that they would just take.
I can see it right now. I just looked it up too. So it's now allowing users to bet on the election. They have Trump at 64 cents, Kamala at 37 cents.
So the single trade of Kamala versus
You
Trump.
can either buy Harris or buy Trump. They have set trading hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. only on this, it looks like, and it ends on election day, November 5th.
Daddy Nick said, wasn't Trump considering Robinhood C-level for part of his administration? I don't know if he's talking about Vlad Tenev or I believe this gentleman's name is Beju, the two C-level folks, or those are the two founders of Robinhood. There's obviously other C-level people there too. I didn't know that, Daddy Nick, if that's true. If you could cite a source, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Easy. What do you think about these different meme coins being on Robinhood?
I think it's a nothing burger. Like, they've been on there before. They'll be there again. It streamlines the ease of buying it. I think I'm under allocated to Doge, I think is one set thing here. Me and Clemente interviewed a prominent meme coiner yesterday, and he's talking about how he's just buying Doge. He's not even converting to Sol. He's converting to Doge. He's like, the reason I think it's a 2 to 3x fairly easily from here. I think that it goes back up to 50 cents. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, it's the only other crypto normies know aside from Bitcoin, and it's the meme coin. Like, when you think of a meme coin super cycle, it's this one. I was like, interesting. All right. Hey, if you're that confident, he's deployed solid 6 figures into this thing already, and he's like, yeah, I'm not stopping anytime soon. So I think Doge is good. I still don't know a single human being who owns Floki. So there's that. I'm glad that they listed it, I guess. But I want to see more places list Bonk. That's the one that I want to see more places. They have an ETP, so an exchange traded product. So technically TradFi can buy it right now. So yeah, that's also the interesting thing is like now you can buy it there. Pepe was an interesting listing from Robinhood that I saw. I was like, that's surprising because you don't have a Coinbase, Crypto.com, or Binance or any of that. So this is technically the first like quote tier 1. It is still only Europe at the moment. So liquidity is still somewhat siphoned. It'll be interesting to see if we get US listings of these.
Yeah, definitely it'll be interesting on Dogecoin. I've been holding Dogecoin this whole time. Can't wait to see it go up, which I do believe it inevitably will. Crypto Kaleo, who we've had on the show many times, huge Dogecoin guy. Much like Bitcoin, if you look at the percentage, actually more aggressively than Bitcoin, I think all meme coins are kind of like this. Dogecoin goes down like 99+% of the days of the year. So it like if you buy it, understand almost every single day, like 99 days out of 100, it's going to go down. Like if you just look at it, it is just going to go down. I think Kaleo's right about that, about Doge to $1. I think he's right about that 100%. So
I think it gets very close. I don't think it hits $1.
Okay. Yeah, fair. It goes down almost every single day, but when it goes up hard. So check it out. So meme coins, if I look at this little $1,000 Bullex portfolio, ladies and gentlemen, I'm down $136. How am I going to recover from this? What are we doing? Things that I was up on, like GOAT, now down. What's the biggest winner right now? Retardio.
Mog.
That one.
Mog's been a really good one.
No ETH. It's all Sol. SPX, the second biggest winner. Everything else down. As meme coins do, they go down most of the time. Easy. What do you think about where we're at in the meme coin market right now?
It's cooling off. The meme coin market is somewhat cooling off. I streamed this morning instead of the 8 a.m. like just spaces, and we looked at pump fund analytics. It does show that new users and existing users are declining. Mm-hmm. It does also show some interesting stuff is happening with like total tokens launching is slowing down, which isn't terribly surprising when you have major runners like Lucy going to $70 million day one, which is crazy to see, and some of these others that have really gained traction. A token launched this morning, though, called RIP ETH, which is just RIP ETH, like it's dead. And it's at $8 million right now. So, like, there's still winners that are happening. Like, you're still getting multi-million-dollar market caps basically out the gates, which is unsurprising. But I do think right now we're going to see somewhat of a slight stagnation in it, especially because the AI meta kind of rinsed a lot of people. Like, it caused a lot of volume to happen. A lot of people couldn't figure out what the meta was, what was real AI, what wasn't, and that's kind of the tough part.
Easy. Did you catch the drama around SPX and SPX 2.0?
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, it could be nothing, but what happened was apparently one of the original team members basically is accusing the dev on the team that they rugged him and that basically ran off with all the money. And so now there's this SPX 2.0, which is meant to be like the redemption, like this is the good team versus SPX, the original team.
Interesting.
It's always interesting because there's always a chance in that the market decides that they like the let's call it, I don't call it the sub story because it actually could be a true story, but they like that version of the story and then they run with the sort of derivative version of the second coin. So I'm keeping an eye on that because you could have a sort of like a David versus Goliath on the SPX. But yeah, one to watch.
Yeah, so I didn't see that. I'd be curious to follow up on that and just see what happened. Well, 2x more or 5x. Then take a look at 3 mil market cap 2.0. The dev proved out to be the OG dev. So the tough part with these beta plays is if it's the OG dev and they're saying like this person ran off with the money, usually what happened is the OG dev just dumped. Like they just sold the tokens for like X amount. Then the token kept running and now this is their coat play. It's their attempt to make back what happened. Like with Lucy, the dev sold, I want to say like what would be worth a $4 million bag for like $3,000. So it's like he went on Spaces complaining about how this happened, how could like what was me, launched another ticker, tried to get people to buy that one. Because usually like with those situations, people are like, I don't always believe the sob story. More times than not, I believe the dev dumped, not thinking the token was going to actually have legs. Community ends up driving it. Like there's no way this guy speculated Murad would be the one to be like, yeah, this is the one. And
Murad picked Rip ETH.
He picked SPX. That's the one that we're talking about. Yeah, SPX. So he picked SPX. Like, there's no way a dev knew Murad was going to pick SPX. Murad's up $100 million, like 9 figures on memes. You know what I mean? So it's like that doesn't happen. And as a dev watching that and being like, holy shit, I think I just left $50 million on the table, that stings. So clearly you're going to come out and be like, yep, all right, here's the real one because I'm the dev. But like with all these Memecoin tools, being a dev is you're not a dev. You click 3 buttons, you launch a token, you made a Telegram. Like how much dev effort does that really take aside from like creating a new email address? Like a lot of dev effort.
Did he need to create a new email address?
I just make like that's the assumption to create a Telegram and like create a Telegram account and all that other BS. Create the Twitter account. Like that's usually what happens is you have to go and make an account or make it on whatever your main account is. But yeah, I don't know. I look at that stuff and I don't think SPX 2.0 is going to have legs. At 3 mil, that's surprising. It's even at 3 mil. So it seems people are trying to get the PvP meta going on ETH, which I can tell you from Solana natives, that's absolute hell.
We've got a live one, Easy. We have F ETH just graduating as a beta play, I'm guessing, on RIP ETH. Any interest?
Probably. The reason I like RIP ETH, though, so just for context, I'm up 670% on this right now. So like I wouldn't be buying this. I'm just talking about it because it ran to $8 million from launch. I got in at like 550K. Someone had shared it. It did peak at 10 mil is what we've seen. But the dev of RIP ETH has $30 million of SOL in the wallet and keeps buying the token. So like you're just betting that this guy wants to prove something. And so far in Telegram chats, he just keeps saying we're going to flip ETH, which I think is funny. Like as someone who continues to say ETH will be $2,000 in 2026, I think that's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't right now. I've slowed down trading the trenches. The last 5 days, I haven't traded any new launches at all. This was like kind of the first buyback I got in. I've mostly been leverage trading, which is even more down the risk curve, but I've been doing fairly well on it. I'm content with it. There's a few plays on that side that I keep swinging on. I was short AI coins and got blown out on slop. Even I was up a ton. I woke up down $5,000 this morning. So close that for my stop loss after it decided to just godsend. But yeah, it's interesting to see. It seems like some old tokens are starting to run again. Rizzler ran after the Jimmy Fallon video. Yeah, Rizzler's American Mudang. That was interesting to see. It's the market's been 5 mil market cap. This thing just decided to completely cook. If you go onto like the 15-minute or 1 hour chart, just up and to the right. Decided to go off of basically dead. It's trading at 40K market cap. Nuts. This thing is insane. All because he was on Fallon. Like that was it. The Knicks video came out of him shooting a jump shot. What'd you say?
The Fallon's a big spot.
But is it the top? We saw SNL with Mudang basically mark the top. will Rizzler end up having his day? I know Clemente loves Boom, which is the big justice token. That's like the beta play to Rizzler, which is hilarious. This is at 307K. I think it touched a mil. Yeah, barely missed a million. But yeah, it's watching these old coins come back just based on social media narratives. It's kind of funny to watch.
Clemente's been talking about this since 20K. He wanted to like community take over this token.
He loves Big Justice and AJ, dude. He loves them. The Boomer Doom is his thing.
I
mean, I don't think he owns any, by the way.
Okay, so he's not capitalizing on this. I mean, those guys have really taken it to a high level. Like, you know, the Knicks game and Jimmy Fallon and stuff, they've really, really gone for it. How about, like, I guess, so if you think that meme coins are pulling back, how bad do you think it'll get? And also, as Bitcoin goes up and broader crypto majors go up, let's say we keep going through the end of the year, like a lot of people expect, going up, say we get 80K plus Bitcoin at the end of the year. In the NFT space, that would typically result in a pullback of NFTs because the underlying asset is pumping. How do you think it affects meme coins?
It's tough to say because like this is not like any other market where we've seen the majors move. When the majors pumped the other day, meme coins didn't sell off that hard, and some of them actually rallied even harder. Like meme coins have almost decoupled from the underlying asset and are still being used as sort of like a leverage play on it. And that's more where like my head's at, is like finding the good memes and letting them work is like the bigger thing. Like I have this 10K port that I keep saying like December 31st, I'll completely kill it. But until then, we're just letting it do what it's going to do. And that's kind of where my head's at, is like, I'd rather buy these existing memes, sit on them, let the market figure out where it wants to go. I still think we get one more 30-ish% drawdown on majors, potentially maybe 20%, but a hard sell-off over probably about a week where it's like blood in the streets, everyone's saying it's all over. I think it's going to happen shortly after elections, and then just pure up only, like the most aggressive up only we're going to see. I do think we're now officially in the bull market with Bitcoin flirting with all-time high again. That's what we wanted to see. Expect a chop here, I would hope, between 68 and 72K. Excuse me. I do think that ETH is like the big alt leader. You need ETH to rally for the rest of the alts to run. But correlation to meme coins, I think meme coins are going to move in their own complete separate manner because so many people are locked into meme coins versus being locked into the majors that price action is going to be doing its own thing. Like when crypto chops, and we saw NFTs pump during the NFT meta. When crypto ran, people would sell to try to capitalize on the price of the major. With memes, there's so many launching and so much volume continuing to circulate. I think they're completely decoupled because they're far more liquid.
Interesting.
One thing I want to bring up, somebody asked me this question via DM, a buddy in the crypto space. He said he's rotating like a pretty large chunk into a single meme coin that he's just going to hold until things kind of go ballistic. And he asked for like the top 3 candidates. Mike DeFi is asking for like a similar thing here. Like, what's the best meme coin to hold for this cycle without not caring if you lose the money? Easy. I would love to hear like a couple candidates for that. Okay.
Like, I'm dead serious. It's SPX. You don't think twice about it. If you want one to just hold and not give a shit if it goes down or up, but if you want to make a 2x, maybe a 2.5, 3x over a long enough timeline, I'd go SPX. You're looking at
Flavia.
Dude, get the fuck out of here. When I heard you bought Flavia, I was like, the fuck is this guy doing? Like you know those risk curve memes where it's like this and it's like the far left, far right. It's like far right would be GOAT, far left would be like the fridge meme where someone launched a meme coin on a smart fridge. You literally Pico bought the middle of just like some random AI VTuber that no one knows. No one knows who gives a shit about Flavia? I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, this dude is just swinging and I'm here for it. You have to take a bet on something.
Into Flavia.
Yeah, listen.
Pio loaded up his BullX account and just went firing. He was like, "All right, give me something, Kix." And Kix was like, "Flavia." I was like, "No, do not buy that."
It was because of Popcan putting his whole rate. He's like, "Take me next week."
See, I like Fartcoin better than Flavia. Everyone farts. That's it. That's the thesis. Everyone farts.
Flavia's.
No, what, dude? If you come up to me and you're like, "Yo, man, you Flavia today?" I'm gonna have to block your number and probably quit. Like we're gonna have to separate and completely move away from one another in any sort of working or personal relationship.
What even is Flavia?
That's what I'm saying. You bought Flavia and you just asked the question everyone's been wondering. What the fuck is Flavia?
What? Is, Hey, so SPX is the one. It's not Flavia.
Flavia is the name of some Russian woman that Nick dated 4 months ago. That's what it is. All right, like that's what Flavia is. Look at this thing, dude. This is the ugliest chart I've ever seen, dude.
In a meme
I've never seen a meme coin chart have a gap.
It's an aggressive one. Too.
There was a period of time where there wasn't any buy or sells long enough to put a gap in a meme coin chart. Is disgusting.
So I got my chart pulled up, and sharing the screen's a pain in the ass. So I'll just communicate it. You know the red candle to the right of the 2 DB circles?
Yeah.
That's where I bought. That's where I got a big B over that red candle.
All right. Listen, we all make mistakes.
Could have been worse.
We all make mistakes. It could have been worse. We all make mistakes.
I put 0.28 soul into that.
Oh, so it's not even a lot, dude.
No, I didn't. Yeah,
like $50.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't put a lot of money into any of these, but I wanted to go through the experience to see that happen, basically, to just experience Flavia.
Nick Weak Man, not the good boyfriend. By Flavia.
Nick, he is not man.
Not man.
Dude, the Russian ladies is crazy, man. I'm so glad I got to witness that from Nick. So I have like jokes for it forever.
Truthfully, though, if I were to buy one and just not think about it, it would have to be, I would say SPX is like probably or Bonk.
I'm Pepe.
Pepe is a great pick too. Like those would probably be my big 3, and they're all different things. You know what I mean? Like all 3 of those are completely different from one another.
Yeah. I mean, they are. They're very different. A couple of them are ETH right there. So
SPX is on Sol as well. So like that's the nice thing is you can buy the cross-chain token. It's Sol based in ETH, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one I have. So wait, besides Murad, I mean, like what makes Murad's got like a list of 10 coins. What makes you like so interested in SPX?
I love the narrative. Like I genuinely think the narrative is funny. And it's something that when you saw the GME and AMC run, that led to so many, like that, those stocks pumped because it was a middle finger to the institutions. It was a middle finger to hedge funds. It was a sign of retail investors taking back power. All those things I was like, I really liked because it was like, dude, you just feel like you get screwed every time trading against the house. And SPX is saying, we're going to flip the stock market. Like that is the best narrative I could think of. Like it's so unrealistic. So absolutely outlandish that even if it gets to a fraction of it, that means it's much higher. The website's great. It's like a New York Times based website that's hilarious. Like they just do all the right things and there's no risk. The risk is that the stock market goes to zero. So then SPX already flipped it. That is literally the risk. Like
there's no risk.
The complete economic collapse of the US equities market is the risk that SPX has.
Just wonder like if it's too complex for why this would be the winner versus, you know, something random AF. Dude, seeing Gary Gensler's actual face is like crazy for me now after doing all the unfuck videos.
PTSD from seeing him. Like I can't even watch his town halls or notes or any of that stuff because I'm just like, dude, you're already in my nightmares. Like
yeah, and in the videos it really does look like him. Like the AI really does a good job. Yeah. All right. Well,
I feel like Pepe is easier to get. Like if I was going to take the other side of that, I'll just do Pepe. Like legendary meme, it's been around for a really long time. It's now it's like one of the first ones that major exchanges list. You don't have to explain the stock market to people who don't want to know about the stock market. Like I feel like it's very normie friendly in the same way that Doge is very normie friendly. But I mean, with Easy's SPX play, I feel like that would appeal to a lot of people, like a lot of people, especially the people in TradFi who are going to get their bonuses around February time. And they're like, what are we going to YOLO our bonus into? Like SPX would be so prime and sweet for them. But I feel like for the normie person who just doesn't really care about finance news or whatever is going on, just a friendly animal, a frog, great. Put your money in, number go up.
It's also the internet meme. Like Pepe is like a very native meme to the internet.
Yeah, the issue is like there's still some connotations of like the alt-right with Pepe, which is
alt-right, like, easy please. No one's looking at the frog and being like the alt-right, you know, show me a
That's
flag.
The speculation why Coinbase hasn't listed it though. That's like actually the concern of why Coinbase hasn't listed it is because of that. And because there was that tie, and that's like the big pushback.
But
Is
easy. I'm
because
sorry.
of
There's
that.
so many tokens in this space that are like outwardly racist and very well known
For
that they
sure.
are like far right and
For
all this
sure.
weird stuff. But like Pepe, I feel like it kind of gets overlooked in the same way that Trump gets overlooked. It's friendly, it's cuddly, it has charisma.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, I'm a fan of Pepe for sure. I'm just like talking in like large picture of this. Someone just mentioned it too. Ticker Bitcoin is interesting because it's like the stuff normal people can understand but think is funny. Like, oh, I bought Bitcoin. Wait, like 70K Bitcoin? No, this like Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu. And it's just so ridiculous that a normal person thinks that's funny. Like you have to literally just turn your brain off with a lot of this shit. And that's why I think I like SPX because it's so dumb it might work.
Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu is definitely a very good name. And the
It's
ticker
so dumb.
It's great. It's great.
Like look at the banner of the Twitter. It's like, look at this.
yeah,
There's something for everyone in there. There's something for everyone. It's like you grew
The
up,
10 is
you
a
grew up
nice
playing
touch.
Sonic.
Dear
Yeah.
Maxis, what would you do if King went to 10 trillion market cap? None of it makes any sense. Obama, which politician ruined the economy? Like, dude, it's the most absurd thing ever. Yeah, and like the lore is crazy. The dev smoked crack on a live stream. Like this is like
It's wild too.
absurd, dude. That's so absurd.
I mean,
Oh wait, go back to that. Refresh the webpage.
I gotta stop the.
Oh, the sounds are crazy. Ray, refresh the webpage when you go back to it and press no. Because that's one of my other subtle favorite things is like, or it's like, are you ready for the truth? If you press yes, it gives you the website. It might not repop it. Press no. If you press no, it takes you to a different website and gives you the actual Bitcoin chart. So it's just the subtle memes of it is just so funny. Like,
it's very, very in line with crypto culture. That's for sure. It looks like a 90s website. It's like really, like, I feel like intentionally shitty. And yeah, I mean, look, it's the ticker is Bitcoin. We have a gentleman Discourse in the crowd who's a huge fan of the token. And is pushing really hard for us to continue talking about it, and thus we're going to stop talking about it. But yes, the community of ticker Bitcoin is strong for sure. And that's is that one of the top meme coins by Murad?
yep.
Yep, he's got it in there.
Yeah, he's on that one as well.
There you go. That does make sense. So we're playing this game show segment here for Halloween called Trick or Treat, ladies and gentlemen. In this rapid fire segment, we're going to ask each contestant whether a meme coin currently at or near its all-time high is a trick, meaning it's not a buy, or a treat, meaning it's a buy. Very fun and clever from Ray. Let's go. So first one, FWOG. Is it a trick? Wow, FWOG. Look at this. This thing's got some real power. Is it a trick or is it a treat? It's at what, $279 million market cap at all-time high pretty much right now. Signal, is FWOG a trick or a treat?
I'm gonna say.
What's a good one? A treat?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's a. Oh, here it's 200. It's an all-time high right now. So hang on, wait. Is there like a period on this, or is it just like for the cycle?
Is it a good buy right now?
Oh, right now, trick.
We got a trick from Sig. We got Alfalfa agreeing with Sig with a trick. We got Sigma Slayer saying it's a trick. Come on, fellas. We got Daddy Nick saying it's a trick. Bachelor Society says it's a treat. Easy. Is it a trick or a treat?
A treat.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it goes higher.
How high?
Yeah. 500 million. If Popcat goes to 1.5 bill, FWOG's been kind of like my beta bet, 1/3 of Popcat through and through is like how I've been tailing the market cap. Popcat at 1.2 here means this is slightly undervalued for like another 30% gain. I'm completely out of my FWOG position, like 100% sold mine. Probably left some on the table, but at the same time, like I shared this to the dogs at 16 mil, so we caught an easy, almost 200% gain. We take those. You know, I'm not mad about it. It's
2,000%.
Yeah,
2,000%.
2,000, whatever. Listen, math's not my strong suit, but we know what the charts are. So I don't know. I would buy this here personally if I did not have exposure. Popcat's at 1.6 bill. So if that was my play, 1/3 of that is where I'd be looking. So you'd be looking at 500, 550, right around there.
Ghost Skater thinks it's a treat. Nick, is Flog a trick or a treat?
Oh man. It's a treat.
Wow.
It's flogging, man.
Wow.
It's just a flog.
Well, speaking of Popcat, the next one is Popcat. Is Popcat a trick or a treat? Ladies and gentlemen, the Popcat meme coin, I guess we're going to call it. It's at 1.58 billion.
Treat.
Everyone says it's a treat at
Treat.
1.58. Wow.
It's the cat coin. Like, this has solidified itself as the cat coin. Like, there's a ton of dog coins. This is the cat coin.
So what? It's going to go to $40 billion this cycle, like Shib did.
Well,
Yes.
that's a
Yes. Yes. Murad has it at like a $60 billion market cap.
So this is on his list too.
Yeah. This is the Colt. His entire thesis is this is the cat coin.
Okay. Okay. Ray?
I'm going to go. It's hard. I'm still going to go treat. I think things get bonkers, and this is one of the ones you need to hold. May not be the best entry, but it's going to be, you're going to be happy buying this.
Okay. Okay.
How many of you? Pio sounds very skeptical. So just call it trick before I explain to you why you're wrong.
I'm asking questions. I'm hosting the show. I'm not weighing in with opinions on Popcat.
Well, you got to have a take. Signal what you already said.
Treat. Yeah, for sure. Treat. I mean, I'm a dog person deep down, but I can recognize the cat trend, and I'm not going to fade it. It's Popcat.
So here, let me speak on behalf of the Chinese people. Just real quick.
Okay, we'll allow it. According to
Popcat is very big in the in China.
Chinese in China.
Specifically China.
Just in China. Got it.
And Chinese people.
And okay, the Chinese community.
Pretty big in Malaysia as well.
Okay.
It was all over Kuala Lumpur, everywhere. It was basically Popcat Lumpur is what they call it in the natives refer to it as.
The natives?
Yes, the native Kualians.
They call beef rendang. I don't even.
Popcat dong.
I know.
What they refer to it.
What am I gonna say?
Don't ask if I can speak Chinese.
No, it's very.
Yeah, I'm very curious. I've heard you go fluent.
Nice tries. It was
Not Mandarin though, traditional.
Okay, what are you talking about?
Who asked? Oh, Alpha said, "Can you speak Chinese?" Nick, Daddy Nick was commenting on the show, suggesting that you refuse to say his name because it's the word "daddy" and then your name. You say someone, and so I thought maybe when you said someone right there, you were talking about Daddy Nick, but you were talking about Alfalfa.
Pio, you missed it. He said Daddy Nick on the show this week.
Oh, I missed it. Devastating.
Yep.
Ghost Skater said you can't speak Chinese. It's either Mandarin or Cantonese, and he's absolutely right. So there's no such language as Chinese. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, anyway.
Did you hear that?
You must have been muted or something. I don't know what you were doing. But anyway, the last meme.
Oh, it's Tiao Tiao Mao Dao Xi.
All right. Thank you for that.
That was Popcat to 10 billion in Chinese. Tiao Tiao Mao Dao Xi.
You're acting like you know about the intonation. Did you listen to it before you said it?
Ask a single Chinese person in the audience and let me know let them tell me that I did not pronounce that correctly.
All right, I'm gonna take your word. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Tiao Tiao Mao Dao Xi.
The way you're saying the last word or phrase makes me think that you've actually tried to do Chinese before.
Oh, I did try to study Mandarin actually for a period of time, and I was just like, "Fuck this!" like after a certain period of time, you're just like, "This is way too difficult." Like I think after like a certain age, there's just no way.
Yeah,
that
learning languages is crazy.
that you can figure that out.
Yeah, fair. All right, last one. Trick or treat. Mog. Signal.
Oh, treat, baby, with double hands.
Signal's just reaching into the candy bag for the Mog. Easy.
I think it's a treat as well.
Okay. Nick, Mog, trick or treat.
I'm gonna say Mog Shi Dong Shang Xiao.
What does that mean, dude?
Mog is a treat. I butchered that one. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't listen to it enough. I was trying to listen to Google Translate to figure out if I was gonna hit that one.
Okay, so you're
I'm in Mog.
Okay. Got it. Ben Wong said ... Ben Wong, who presumably is Asian, doesn't appreciate your interpretation of Chinese. What do you think of that?
I don't know that the ... means that.
You got to read into it. ...
What do you think it means?
What? It's anybody's guess. I'll wait for Ben Wong to specify himself. And what does he speak on behalf of all Asians?
Yeah, he does.
Like just a straight up continent.
Just literally, he said he's speechless. He's that could mean that he's impressed.
Yeah, I think this is what the situation is.
Nam's finest. Gonna go ahead and assume that suggests Vietnam's finest. Said, damn those tones with a bunch of S's. That seems like a pretty complimentary comment right there.
Well,
Ben
here
Wong's,
we go.
He's given.
This segment's getting real good. You got another token?
We got Crypto Crypt. That's the next Halloween segment. In this segment, we're going to look at coins which have been showing signs of life and determine whether they're back from the grave or if they're dead and buried. How do you like that, Nick?
Hey, how about we just try the segment? Why do we need to see what my thoughts are on it? Maybe we can find out afterwards.
First one, ETH. Is ETH back from the grave or is it dead and buried?
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing because of the whole Chinese thing, plus the Crypto Crypt segment of back from the grave or dead and buried. The first one is ETH.
I got bad news.
What?
This is a difficult one for me to acknowledge here.
What?
Bitcoin.
Failed breakout.
Dude, if you guys are getting upset over TA, you literally need to seek help.
Okay.
Anyway, ETH to me is back from the grave. How about that?
I don't know. Looks like based on this, we're
Dead
we're
and
in
buried.
choppy waters. ETH is done. Send it home. Easy. Are you still? No, you got out of that position.
I exited same day. Yeah.
Everyone's just weighing in. The bull market's over. Ray, is ETH back from the grave or dead and buried?
Dead and buried. It may pump a bit, but I think everything else outperforms it in terms of new L1, Solana, Bitcoin. I think that ETH is on the slow march to its eternal resting place.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, look, we're gonna say ETH, dead and buried or back from the grave.
I feel like it's in a cryogenics phase, like it's just frozen at the moment, and then in like a year's time, it will come back to life. But right now, unfortunately, dead and buried for now.
All righty. Well, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. ETH just dead. Daddy Nick wants someone to buy Bitcoin. Halloween dump, according to Roy. T Ward saying, Nick, save us. Sigma Slayer saying he's bullish on ETH now that he's counter trading the people on this show that say it's dead and buried. Look, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fun little Halloween episode of the show. Well, look at Bitcoin's horrendous dump. It's over, guys. It's over. It can't climb up above. Anyway, look, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back tomorrow to close out the week. The show happens Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time each and every week, right here on Apple and Spotify podcasts, on YouTube, on Twitter platform Spaces. We're going to be doing other things like uploading the show on Twitter as well. Anyway, everybody, thanks for listening. We will catch you guys next time. Ray, you have a spooky song to close out